Welcome to Plays, our podcast where we design, play, and discuss a game and campaign. Along the way, we will alternate episodes between actual play adventures and the analysis and discussion of games and design theories that relate to the campaign we're playing. For this campaign, we'll be using the mechanics of Cortex Prime, designed by Cam Banks. We randomly selected a theme and ended up with swashbuckling high school urban fantasy. So join Plays as we explore and enjoy a new campaign.
And now for the introduction of our players.
Chris Sneezak, Empire State College, player.
Jerry Meyer, player.
Old Man Logan. I still play, but maybe I should retire.
And I'm your GM. DNA film. It's anyway, we're gonna have character names and stuff like that after this episode because tonight we kick it off with our session 0. So we've done our setting. You've listened to us brainstorm our setting. You've listened to us build our Cortex game. We are now on the last step into heading into actually playing the game. We are going to do session 0 tonight.
Let's do it.
We are big fans of doing session 0. We did a quick search across the network. We've done this topic a bunch of times. Can somebody run down all the shows where we've done
Jerry, do it.
Session 0?
Jerry.
All right, we've done it on Misdirector Mark, episode 390. We did it on Misdirector Mark, episode 446. They did it on Pandas Talking Games on episode 259. We did it on Bonus Experience, season 2, episode 10. And they did a whole session on the Gnomecast, episode 55. You can go back to any one of those and get a good feeling for what session 0 means to us.
Or listen to all of them and get a bunch of conflicting information.
Of course.
Listen to them all. Do it. Do it.
That just means there's no one right way to do it. That's all.
It's correct.
I am not a fan of one true wayism.
It also means it might be pretty important if all of those shows, including us doing it twice, if all of us needed to do this topic.
I know, right?
Kind of tells you something.
Yeah.
Phil, why don't we move on to defining session 0, or at least reviewing the definition of session 0. But first, Bob, hit that button.
Behold! You are in the presence of Definition Panda.
Brought to you by Todd Crapper.
This is our definition for session 0 that we've used on several episodes. It is the session that occurs after the game has been selected and before normal gameplay starts. Its goal is to prepare everyone to play the game. Session 0 is the on-ramp for campaigns. And like an on-ramp, our goal is to get everyone up to speed before we get onto the highway being our actually playing the game. So that's our goal, is to we're going to set shared expectations for this game.
So, that phrase, prepare everyone to play the game, that's pretty nebulous, but I have a feeling that was very much on purpose, right? Because different games, like I said earlier, need different things.
Yep.
And that's why everybody kind of has a different way that they might want to approach session 0. One of the things we're going to get into tonight is some of the things that could be in your particular session 0, and then you'll need to pick and choose what works for you. I mean, we're not talking about session 0, we're just going to do it. So you can listen, decide what you want from what we have done. All right, let's move on then.
For our game, we're going to use my session 0 template. So this is a template that I've actually built up over a couple years now of running different games. And so I have a generic template for it, and then I kind of plug in what I need as we go. And so here are the main parts of my session 0 template and what you're going to hear us work on tonight. So the first one is I use CATS to help align expectations about the game.
And what does CAT stand for?
So CATS stands for, I think we have the link for this. It's in the session 0 document. It stands for concept, aim, tone, and subject matter. We're going to use that to set our expectations. We're going to have a safety discussion because safety is always a thing. So we're going to just go over our safety tools, our boundaries, and things like that. Then I've added, and this is actually new to my template, additions. So this is any other processes or procedures we want to add outside of the game. So these are not house rules or anything, but this is things like, for instance, stars and wishes. Or do we want to agree to troop style NPCs? And some of these, obviously, like troop style NPC could just arise naturally in the game. But if there are any specific additions that people want to add to the game, that's where we'll discuss it in our session 0 setup. Then character generation. Now, normally, if we were doing this as not a recording, this would be our character gen night. We would sit down, I would just sit back and let you guys make characters, answer questions, things like that. For the sake of recording, I've asked everybody to make their characters and we're just going to introduce everybody.
We've also been talking about characters for like three or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, right? So
You've heard a lot of this already if you've heard the other episodes.
yeah, and if you've heard, you've heard us pick the mods and the prime sets and stuff like that, then you kind of know what's in there. Now these guys are going to introduce their characters to us. And then lastly, I usually do some sort of exercise in background information or ways to tie players together. Like sometimes this is backstory cards. For us tonight, it's going to just be some questions about your characters that I'm going to ask.
Okay.
I'm going to ask them, but most of them came from our Slack room.
Yeah, Slack room.
Nice.
They were
Thank
great.
you, Slack room.
They actually came up with so many that I can't ask you all of them tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, at the beginning of stories or maybe sessions, we'll see. I may just ask you one question and have you quick round table and just tell me the answers to it.
It started with the ladies of Sasky asking a dozen questions.
And then people just piled in there.
Yes.
It's great. I'm going to go back to the Slack room for certain things along the way. In fact, I may make a separate channel and ask you guys not to join it so that I can source stuff from the group without you guys seeing it.
That's fine.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, that might. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet, but I'm feeling like I'm leaning in that
Just
direction.
another benefit of being a part of the Slack room for life.
Yeah, I feel like they should be able to,
Go to the Patreon for $4. You can be a part of that.
There we go.
That's right.
So let's now get into session 0.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Go.
I actually prepared this as a separate document so that Chris can actually take the output from tonight and put it up for our patrons to see. That said, we're going to start with cats. I did include the link for cats in our session 0 document. I just love this tool in terms of having a focused discussion about what we want this game to be about. Because I want to be purposeful about this and I want to produce stuff that you guys want to play and experiences that you want to have.
Strangely enough, he says that every time we sit down and play a game. That wasn't actually just for the recording.
No, that's really, that's how I GM, right? Like, okay, so concept is pitch the game at a high level. What's this game about? So I'm going to tell you what I have written, and then I'm going to ask you guys to either help elaborate or modify what I have here. So you are supernatural teenagers. You're going to a mixed high school, so magical and non-magical students, as well as being trained by an organization called The Veil, which is in charge of maintaining the secrecy of the supernatural world.
I mean, the best way to learn about how to hide the veil from norms is, by going to school with norms.
Correct. Yes.
Also, I disagree with you because I feel like being disagreeable tonight. I'm just kidding.
I mean, this is your game. You guys can tell me what you want.
That was a throwback to the last podcast.
That's last
episode.
week. That's last week, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm rolling up my newspaper.
All right. Easy, boys. Easy.
We're to give Bob an aneurysm before the game's over. So.
In addition, you will face supernatural mysteries and threats, as well as have to juggle your non-magical responsibilities. So things like jobs, tests, proms, dances,
Family
events,
responsibilities,
things like that. Concept-wise, is that what you guys are thinking?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? I mean, for the Scooby Gang, then yeah, sure.
So is solving supernatural mysteries a thing that you want to do? We have other games we're playing where we're solving mysteries. Do you want it to be solving mysteries, or is there other core activities you would like to partake?
Punch people in the face with my sword?
Oh, we're definitely going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because we have swashbuckling.
We're going to play this game for as long as it takes to play it and discuss all the bits. I would prefer that it not be all solving mysteries.
My thought was I think it would be nice to start out solving mysteries and move into some overarching arc where there's something bigger at stake that becomes something we have to uncover and discover as part of our training in the Veil. Not something set up by the Veil, but something like bumbling around as awkward teenagers. We suddenly come upon something that we have to deal with that's bigger stakes.
Sure.
And also trying to navigate the ins and outs of being a teenager.
Of course.
Chris,
Yes.
any thoughts?
Yes.
Well, then please toss them out there.
I'm thinking.
Thought I said something burning. Go ahead.
Like, it doesn't have to be mystery of the week, right? I was hoping there could just be like problem of the session or a problem that lasts like a session or two. Because I keep thinking of this in terms of anime and like Netflix styled storytelling also at this point because they're kind of similar. A problem can last more than a session.
Yes.
We can play a story across multiple sessions as far as like an adventure. And that's fine with me. Like, if there's a mystery that expands over the course of multiple sessions and isn't like the thing that we're dealing with right away, that's fine too. I just feel like it's fine to mix up all the beats.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. This is the part I'm talking about.
That's kind of what I was saying. Like start out Monster of the Week and then build it
Yeah,
to
but
something else.
I'm not even talking about building it out from Monster of the Week to everything else. I'm just saying, like, if he wants to start with like the Wednesday Addams thing, like here's a thing that happened, and then it's going across the entirety of the arc.
Yeah.
And we're just dealing with different stuff every day, like piecing together pieces while we're going, also dealing with other like issues that arise, like subplots.
Yeah.
That's fine too. Like, I don't have a preference for how Phil wants to structure the story, structure the adventures.
I'll be clear.
Now, if Jerry has a preference for how he wants to structure the adventures,
Not really.
Okay.
I am more interested in what types of adventures you would like to see. Like mystery, of course, is easy. There's a mystery, right? Like discover something. Mystery can just be a beat. We can do a mystery for a story, and then next story is like rampaging supernatural monster problem.
I'm also fine with that, right? Because that's part of what being part of the Veil is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, oh, look, there's an elemental creature that's out of control. We're not really supposed to go necessarily deal with it by ourselves, but our teacher's going to come with us and be like, well, part of your training, let's go stop this thing.
You know, we could. I'm perfectly fine with mixing stories up all around. I actually prefer to see some. We have to deal with the fact that, you know, one of our friends that's also in the Veil is getting pressure from their parents to do X, Y, and Z, and so now we've got to help them deal with that problem this week or something. Anything. It can be interpersonal stuff as well as blow up a monster kind of stuff.
And to me, like, it gets the most interesting is when there's more than one of those things going on at the same time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because that, to me, simulates the whole idea of like high school can be a pressure-packed go situation. I remember being in high school, I would get up at 5:30 in the morning and I wouldn't get home and be done with my day until like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. It was just all the time I was on.
Would you enjoy kind of the juxtaposition of each story has a mundane and a supernatural part to it? It's time to get ready for the big winter dance, but also there's an elemental running loose in town, or an elemental running loose in the school or something. And they're going to cancel the dance if somebody doesn't do something about this, you know, elemental.
Let me ask you, what would make you most comfortable?
Here's the
You
thing.
like structures, I don't.
No,
Like, I mean, I do like structures, but not like, I don't need to know what I'm doing every session.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the same thing every session.
So here's the perfect example of this, right? Our Ox game started off one way, like we're going to do problem of the week, is not that.
It's not that right now, yes.
It hasn't been that for a long while.
Sure, because it developed into a big arc kind of
Correct.
thing. Here's the thing. In my head, I don't have what exactly this game is. What I'm trying to get out of you guys is like, what are the kinds of things you want to see in a game so that I don't write something that you're like, oh, I didn't expect we'd be doing that in a game.
I want to deal with high school issues and I want to deal with magic issues.
Sure.
And I would prefer them to be intertwined sometimes,
Yeah, okay.
or even more often than sometimes. Like they kind of go together. Not
Like
necessarily.
sometimes one has like I was saying, and again, I like to do this when I work with you guys, is I like to kind of come up with the prototypical adventure. Remember, like when we did Ox, I kept using the Fire Cane at Kiersum as the idea. So I'm getting this kind of prototypical adventure in my head. And again, this morphs once we start playing, but it gives me the starting point of something like there is a supernatural event occurring in the school that potentially is going to get the winter dance canceled. And all of you are going to the winter dance, but also your Veil instructor is like, I need you to figure out who or what is doing this thing in school.
That could be one version, right? Like,
Sure.
that's going on, but we don't want it canceled because we have people from another school that are also elementals that are important to the Veil coming to this dance also.
Oh, so now we're into like the Harry Potter episode, like the
Sure, right? But also, like, we have our own high school shit to deal with concerning that dance, like the people that we're going with and our friends and our cliques. If it doesn't happen, then some of those people get let down too. Maybe my significant other or Jerry's significant other, his character's significant other, is like really looking forward to this. And then, like, if the dance gets canceled, they get very upset about it, right? That is the mundane version of what's going on that mixes with the supernatural version of what's going on. It's not just necessarily a supernatural raging monster, but also like the cultures and things that mesh with everything.
And I don't know that every single mundane problem has to have a supernatural element behind it.
It doesn't. I mean,
It's good if they do, but I don't think they always have to.
They don't always have to. They can just, like, one can impact the other in some
Yes.
way.
Yeah, the two
That's
can
different.
overlap sometimes, and sometimes one can inform the other.
Yes.
And sometimes you can just not have it at all.
So that was going to be my next question. If we had a very special episode about Jimmy doing drugs, is that an okay template for an episode, or is our preference like there should also be a magical component?
Well, I
as
mean, we're magic by nature, so we might just bring magic into it anyway.
It's possible. I have some things I want to talk about the Veil, because we have not defined. I don't want to do it right at this second, but we have not defined some of the rules for the Veil. And so we need to decide if that's a thing. Can you rescue non-magical people with
magic? Yes, I think.
Provided they don't know about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the trick.
Yeah, I think that's how I assumed that also.
I think that's fair, but I also, when I was brainstorming stuff the other day, had stumbled upon a phrase that non-magical solutions for non-magical problems, magical solutions for magical problems. That could potentially have been a law of the veil, which would preclude that. I'm not saying we need that. I'm just saying I stumbled onto that phrase cleaning my house.
That doesn't make sense in the setting.
No, it's fine.
The way
Yeah.
that the setting has been set up because of the stuff with big business. Like, people use magic to get along in everyday life all the time, especially in the setting that has been set. Now, if it gets too out of hand, then the veil steps in. That's actually the point of the veil.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm fine with that. And that is a thing that we'll need to, I don't think we need to do it necessarily tonight. We'll do it in between sessions or whatever. We should probably have a few of the laws of the veil.
Yeah.
Like the bigger
yes,
ones.
Those things should exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we can just workshop that and share it out with everybody. What I'm getting from you guys is, for a start, and again, we'll adapt and change as we play with feedback, but for a start, we should have a mix of all of the three elements of the game, mundane, veil, and magical, kind of intertwined into the story, either running parallel or one bumps into the other one or one is the cause of the other one. But somehow all three of those things are happening because they give you a chance to act in all three of the realms of the game.
Correct.
Okay. I'm fine with that. And then again, as we collect feedback between sessions, I will make adjustments to like where we go from a concept part, if that's what you guys are in for. And I'm not saying I'm not, because if I wasn't, I would be just telling you I don't want to do that or whatever. Like, these are very much things that I'm comfortable writing into a story. But I'm also looking to set our group expectations for this. So I'm with you guys. I'm fine with everything you guys have listed here. Let's talk about aim. Aim is what we're trying to accomplish. Are we telling a specific type of story? Is there a particular aim for this game?
I would like to go more supernatural drama, high school problems, swashbuckling fun, than going too far into the over-the-top anime tropes. I don't want to go too far into like...
Well, that's
like
funny because I'm...
Like you said, like no hammer space, that kind of stuff. I don't want this to become Rama 1/2 My Hero Academia kind of thing. I'd rather be more Netflix series kind of thing than along that line. That was my thought.
Well, one small problem with that is that we've already decided we're not calling it hammer space, but hammer space is a thing.
No, I know that. No, but there's a difference between having hammer space and the hammers come out of everywhere kind of thing. I don't want to go too slapstick kind of not defining this well.
So go
ahead with what you have.
Well, we have a difference of opinion then, because I don't mind going into the shonen anime stuff, just not especially when it comes to the fighting part, because that's what the swashbuckling fighting is for the most part in shonen anime. Now, I don't need to like have giant explosions and things like that, but I have a sword that's made of ice crystal shards that I can control and have like whirl around like a swirling whirlwind. Like, that is part of the magic of what I do. Also, we're fighting giant, at sometimes probably large giant monsters. Otherwise, why do we have the scale thing?
Yeah. I don't want to go too far in either direction.
I'm also into the whole slice of life style story too, because we're high school students, and that is where that you get that sort of like drama slice of life stuff. Like, this is what my everyday life looks like. This is my mom for one of us having like money problems or whatever.
So if we were pitching this to the CW, is this our supernatural drama?
Yeah, kind of.
Is it a supernatural action drama?
Except I wouldn't pitch it to the CW. I'd pitch it to Crunchyroll or
Sure. I'm just fictionally, as we're pitching it to a TV show. What is our target audience for this? Is like, what's our demographic on this, right? It's supernatural action drama, because I feel like action needs to be a big part of this.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
It's not just drama.
100%.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with the term slice of life storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be some really like, just going to school.
Yeah, we go to school and like we're at lunch and there's like people around and there's like a bully or whatever and things like that.
Yeah. You need
we're
to
going to the club, like club after school or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I mean, I would like to, if you guys are okay with it, will you guys have any problem if I mechanize something like a test?
No, not at all.
Like, I might say something to you like, oh, you have a test, like you have a social studies test tomorrow. It is a D10 test, meaning it's going to be pretty hard. If you stayed at home and did an adventure, you could roll yourself an advantage, i.e. I studied, right, and get a die for your pool, or you try to go out, or I attach.
It's not mechanizing it because we're going to go out.
Well, it's not the go out part. I would think it's more like hitches. Hitches, I would be like, you're dazed, it's going to be hard to study, or take this test.
We're going to go adventure. Like,
yes. So
Of course we're going to.
all right, so that's, I guess, the next piece is that while there are some slice of life components, they're not more important than the supernatural parts.
I don't know how to make them equally important.
I mean, equally important, we could just treat them like that, but I'm okay that it isn't. Like, I'm okay that of the things that you do, school is the third one. The other two, action, supernatural stuff is like more.
My character has a hard time with any of these conversations because my character, regardless, is like intertwined in both those lives. Because my home stuff is supernatural stuff anyway. And my school stuff, one of my big drama things is carrying around the soul of my girlfriend.
Yes.
So like, regardless of any of this drama stuff, like I'm doing the high school thing, but I'm also doing the magic thing almost always at the same time. I did it on purpose.
It tells me that I now need to drag a mundane NPC into your life.
I put a mundane NPC on my relationship map.
Yeah, perfect. Because I'm going to need a way to pull you into the mundane world from time to time.
Just because my mom and my dad are magic doesn't mean I don't have normal kid problems too. That's my point.
Sure. Okay, so I think I think I've got my aim here, which is going to be supernatural action drama, which means I'm going to make sure that there's lots of supernatural stuff. Action, unlike our other game, in this game, I expect you to fight stuff. The world will bend to allow that to happen. So things will happen like where there's no one around. I'm not going to be super, like, we're not going to be super picky, like, oh, there's cameras outside, like all around the school. Like, no, there's not.
Well, remember the veil, the magic of the shroud actually hides a lot of that stuff.
Will also help hide.
It's just when it gets ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like we still have to be.
Well, that's
careful.
where my hitches and stuff like that will come, is like,
Yeah.
you know, you may shake the veil kind of thing.
Correct. See the shake the shroud, right?
Yeah, shake the
shroud.
shroud.
That's actually a cool idea for a thing that you should probably put in the game somewhere. Like shake the shroud. Shake the shroud is a thing that goes on the table as a complication, and when it gets to D12, then it really becomes a problem that has to be covered up.
Yeah, I mean, just
GM hard move, shake the shroud.
well, maybe just the thing I throw when I'm buying ones. I may just be like, oh, I'm just going to bump that up.
I'm going to shake the shroud every week, aren't I?
Okay.
Is that what the kids
But
are
I
calling
like,
it?
so for aim, I'm good. Supernatural action drama just means, again,
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that, like, when you solve problems, you may solve them with swords. It is perfectly fine, like in the parking lot of the school, to just draw a weapon and have a fight on top of cars all around the school. The shroud will mask most of that. A hailstorm will cover, or you'll be responsible for making a hailstorm shortly
Or
after.
we need to clean it up afterwards.
Yes.
Like it's part of the job too.
Exactly. Cool. Let's talk about tone. So what is the tone of our game? The ones I put in here, for example, right? Serious versus gonzo, action versus drama. How serious is this game? Is it serious? Is it lighthearted? Is it dark and gritty? Am I going full Tim Burton?
Never go full Tim Burton.
But what's our tone for me to dial this in? And for you guys to also know when you take actions, what's in tone for this game?
I think we all agree we did not want dark and gritty, correct?
Yeah, I don't want dark.
Yeah.
gritty.
Yeah, we agreed that in session one.
I do want serious. I think it's fine to be both serious and lighthearted. Because if you
Yes.
can play both tones at different times, then the serious stuff often hits harder than.
Yeah, we can definitely modulate that.
Yeah, I think that on the serious gonzo scale, we want to be more serious, but we can also be lighthearted without being gonzo.
I see what you mean by gonzo. Like, this doesn't need to be ridiculous world-breaking stuff, but it still needs to be.
High magical effects.
Yeah, I mean, because we're playing modern fantasy. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
got to be
Yeah.
some actual magic being thrown around and whatnot.
No, I agree 100%.
Absolutely. Serious with moments of lightheartedness is fine.
Or lightheartedness with moments of seriousness.
Yeah, it's not going to be wacky. It's
No.
not a we're not producing a comedy here.
No.
Right, exactly. And we're not producing something dark and gritty where every moment of the game is like, you know, every shot of this game is dark.
We're not doing the modern Battlestar Galactica.
Correct. Hey, you guys had a victory. Now drop a bomb on the floor. Like,
Yeah.
it's my favorite moment in the early part of Battlestar Galactica. They win their first fight and then they drop a bomb on the floor and blow themselves up. Like, it's a gut punch of just a reminder that there's nothing happy happening in this show.
There will be no happiness.
So we're not doing that.
Yes, we're not doing
All right. So tone, I think we've got. And again, we'll modulate these things as we go, but I like to have a starting point, like where we're starting off. Next part, subject matter. What are some ideas that you might want explored in this game? Not promising everything makes it in the list, but I divided this into two parts. I divided into magical and non-magical. So what are just like some subject matter things you would like to possibly see come up in the game?
What it's like to be a teenager.
Jerry has stated more than once that he doesn't really understand what it's like to be a teenager because as teenagers, we're not typical.
No.
It's fair. I'm gonna have to go consult some teenagers. I haven't been one in a while. I know what being an 80s teenager is
Hello,
like.
fellow teens.
No, I have two. I have source material.
I realized I didn't watch almost any teenage stuff when I was a teenager.
So is this section, you looking for broad stroke stuff, or are you looking for specific?
I'll take whatever you got. Like,
okay, because
teenage drama, teenage romance, what it's like to struggle with, growing up and hitting. Was that?
I have way more specific things, but I'll let you ramble if you want for a second.
Hit yours first. Hit yours.
I was more interested in what Bob was going to say, because he actually, I think it's something.
Yeah, my character build. What I've done is I created a mystery for you to give us. There are questions about my character's father. He is no longer in the picture. He passed away. Right now,
I'm sorry. Is it passed away or is it, quote, passed away?
Everything that we know is killed in a car crash.
Is the body been found?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so he's
there was a body.
Okay.
That doesn't mean down the road that it can't be like a doppelganger or something.
So, quote, passed away.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, are you leaving the door open for me to make a decision about that?
I am always leaving the door open because sometimes the story gets better if you tweak.
Again, no promises, but I'd like to just know that the door's open.
Exactly.
I don't want to surprise you with it and be like, oh, it's your dad. And you'd be like, he died.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, I wasn't allowed to play with that thing.
To all appearances, he died.
Sure.
X number of years.
All I ask is if you decide to bring that character back in some way, shape, or form, or anything like that, that you seed it first so it doesn't seem like it's out of left field.
It's fair.
He was part of the magical world and he got out for some reason because he never told my mom anything about it. She had no clue. Therefore, growing up, I had no clue. I'm coming into this game with zero knowledge of the magical world. And then one day, wham, and I inherited this from my dad.
You would like to know some stuff about your dad.
Why did he get out? I would like for there to be some question about whether or not he was one of the good guys or he was one of the bad guys. I specifically created a distinction for my character called the sins of the father. I inherited more than just this magical talent from him. I may have inherited a problem from him.
Sure.
Who knows? I created this framework so there's a lot of room in that sandbox for you.
Ooh, I got wheels turning already.
But there's some constraints. So,
sure.
And I think there's some meat on that bone that we can have a lot of fun with, or at least I can have a lot of fun with. I'm sure you guys will join along.
Yeah.
Chris, baby, give me some stuff.
Me, it's my relationship with my dad. It's very complicated. That's a thing that I want to explore. And also, why the hell did my girlfriend show up almost dead and then give me her soul? Because that's the reason I have magic.
Oh, yeah. So mystery of your girlfriend's death, also / her mother.
Yeah, there's that too.
I'm just going to put her mother.
Also relationship on my character sheet.
Yes.
Yes.
I put it on my character
That's
sheet.
fantastic.
Yes.
I can't wait to be that character again.
So like there's those two things. And then the other thing that I want to is I'm actually a geek in school. Like that's my highest thing, but I'm also popular and social. Like those are my other two high ones. One of my high ones is like, those are my higher ones. I'm one of the popular kids in school. The clicks and navigating that stuff and keeping school going because I didn't have magic for a while, so I had to do something. So I thought I was going to be toasted as far as like the magical world goes. I was getting ready to go to college, right? Like I'm pretty smart and like try to like get my CV in order essentially.
Yes. And then whammo, you now have magic.
Yeah. I will say that eventually I'm going to develop the fire magic. Like,
okay.
I don't want to surprise anybody. Like I'm going to take an advance at one point in time and then develop the fire. So I have fire and ice.
I like the juxtaposition between our two characters. We both have father issues.
Yeah.
We both started out non-magical, but I started out non-magical with no clue. You started out non-magical in a family of magic.
Correct.
Which is a whole different dynamic.
Yeah, it's a very interesting
to play off of that.
It's almost like we're like I'm gonna have started like my training in the Veil like a month before you get your power probably.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna be new to this also. It'll be interesting.
So Jerry, I got your initial thing. What's it like to be a teenager? So let me ask you in terms of what it's like to be a teenager. Are we talking about the fun parts of being a teenager?
Both. Being able to play off a little bit of the angst. I don't want to be the depressed teenager. I hate being a teenager kind of thing. Just being a teenager comes with some kind of assumed problems and difficulties because you're just kind of discovering who you are. That's kind of what he's doing is he's kind of discovering who he was. And he was kind of a dick to his friends when he got his powers. And that's part of what he's doing is trying to patch that up. And kids can be upset about all sorts of things. But also the fun stuff of being a teenager. What it's like to go on dates and sneak out of the house and make stupid mistakes and then have fun with them and that kind of stuff.
Jerry's a punk.
I'm a punk. Yeah, he's a punk. That's 100%. He's a punk.
Cool. Let me ask you some higher level stuff from a magical side of things. Is there anything in particular, like you've read through the setting material? Is there any kind of particular things in the setting material or whatever you'd like to see come into play?
Yeah, man, I want to fight magical beasts, like giant magical beasts. Like, why are these here? This is a problem. Like, we're training and then all of a sudden it gets out of hand. Like, what is going on? Like,
Okay, so fight magical beasts. I'm totally down with that.
Wait, I thought we were supposed to fight this little guy.
We
what
were.
the hell is that big? Where'd the teacher go?
Anything else from the background? There's conceptual mages. There's the destroyed prosperity mages. There's
the politics of the magical world surrounding us, because I was dating somebody important's daughter, and my dad's important too.
My parents are also high-ranking members of the Veil.
Yeah, there you go.
cool politics of the magical world, which means that we're going to need something that's outside of the magical world for an antagonist, or outside the veil.
I mean, there's plenty of groups for that.
There's
renegades all over the place.
He's also fascinated by the magical creatures. I'm interested in learning more about the magical creatures because I'm not 100% human Veil. So, or human. Remember, I've got the.
Yeah, you're a modern elemental.
Modern elemental, yeah. Modern elemental, yeah. So I'm kind of interested in those things.
Which makes some of those beasts related to you. Yeah, like, are you an earth elemental?
Yeah.
So, like, giants, the troll that lives under the 190 overpass, that's like a relation of yours in some distant sort of way.
We've got some nice cross linking, like, you know, we're both elementals. You guys are both have high ranking families. We've got the non-magical thing and the learning stuff. There's some very interesting mixes.
Couple non-magical things. School events.
You obviously love school events, so sure, put them in the game.
Well, I'm saying when I think of, like, you know, the things of being a teenager, right? Like, what is a microcosm of school social life? A dance. Who's going with whom? Did you ask someone? Are you going by yourself? All of those things.
It strangely was never as microcosmy for me.
It wasn't for me either.
Yeah. That's just movies telling you.
To be 100% clear. Well, again, we're making a high school game here. We're not making Phil's high school experience because that's just staying home playing D&D and going to work after school.
So I want to actually do a school dance.
You got to remember, I lived a pretty typical high school experience.
So then did you go to sporting events?
I did. These were not nearly the microcosms of, like, where things happen that people think they were, but they are in film and television. So then, yes, they should be important.
Well, all right. So now let's go back to tone, content and stuff. Is this high school experience a realistic high school experience, or is it a TV-like high school experience?
I mean, my realistic high school experience was still filled with drama and way too many charged emotions.
That's just having an undeveloped frontal lobe.
Correct.
Like,
So, like, if you just heighten that another step, and by making it's the dances and the football games and the sporting events and the whatevers, they're easy places to be like, there's a thing going on, so people show up to it.
Yes, because otherwise you're going to class.
Correct.
Plus, it'd be nice to have some positive experiences at sporting events and dances and stuff like that.
For an example, for my character, there are tons of people that keep wondering why the hell I'm not on the football team, because I could play football based on my body type. Like, everybody's like, why aren't you on the football team? And it's like, I suck at the sports. Like, I am uncoordinated. At least I feel uncoordinated.
Because sitting in class isn't that much fun, there'll be some other social things like free periods, lunch. We'll center some scenes around those things because those are things where I can easily put you all in the same place.
We're all in the Glee Club.
We're all in the whatever club is that are training for the Veil.
Yeah, that's actually
a thing.
That's a magical thing. So members of the club.
I was just trying to get Bob to sing on mic again. So.
But yes, you are all part of the club.
Yeah, how are we going to spin that?
That's how we spin it. Whatever that club is.
It's going to be like the gifted, talented, or it's going to be something that, like, isn't an open club. It's like a club that you are invited to by the faculty or something, and it's just the magical kids.
Yeah, and I think there's probably not just the three of us. There's probably like 2 or 3 more people in it.
Yeah, there'll be a couple of other.
Yeah.
Like kind of like the honors program.
Oh no, there'll be some more. There'll be some more kids because Jerry was a dick to his magical friends when he got his powers.
No. I was a dick to my mundane friends.
Oh, to your mundane friends. Okay,
that's the thing. I was a dick to my mundane friends when I got my powers. I was like that jock who was just kind of every man, and then all of a sudden he got picked to be the football team, and now, I'm cool because I'm on the football team kind of thing.
All right, I'm going to set a couple of things from the non-magical side. Whatever classes you take, you all have gym together. You have lunch together and assorted free periods. Or, like, are you all in band? I want a couple places when we do high school stuff where I'm like, so you're all in gym class and this thing happens. Or you're in gym class and this is like the first time you've gotten to talk since what happened last night kind of thing. Yeah. And I know this from being in high school, at least for me, like, I had friends who I never had classes with, but that's less interesting. Like, it's more interesting if there's a couple places where multiple people can collide in the same space.
Yeah, the club could be like the honors club or something like that. That whoever our advisor is, our teacher is, like they hand select those people.
Exactly.
That was a thing in high school. So
Yeah. They were like the National Honor Society, like those kinds of things.
We all have study hall together. That one free period that all the kids they all overlap. We all study hall and probably lunch. Because lunch is a really good place for things to happen.
that is a good place for things.
Sure.
Like that.
Lunch
I have lunch.
study hall.
I put lunch as the first thing. I assumed you'd all have lunch together. But yeah, and my study, and I don't know how it was at your school, but my study hall, by the time with the age of the characters, it was a free period. You could just leave campus.
Put homeroom in there too.
They let you leave the school?
Yeah. My high school is in the middle of our downtown. So we were allowed not to just go anywhere, but we were allowed on our free periods, we were allowed to go into town to any of the assorted restaurants and stuff, have lunch, and then walk back onto campus. Like if you got in your car and like drove out to Burger King and came back, you would get in trouble. But if you went up to the diner that was like walking distance from the school, you were allowed to go there, have lunch, and then walk back.
All high schools are different in how they approach things like that.
When I was in school, you weren't allowed to go to a teacher's classroom during your study hall unless you had permission from the administrators.
Yeah,
to do
mine was
so.
pretty locked down too.
You had to be in whatever room that you were assigned in.
Mine was wide open. If you had and mine wasn't called study hall, mine was called free period. If you had a free period, you could just wander through the hallways. You could sit outside. You could go uptown, as it was called. You could go to the library. Like I would take some of my free periods and go to the library and do homework.
Things are a lot different in the modern era with a lot of schools.
Well, you guys are the same.
We're a year apart.
It's just
It's different
where did you live?
municipalities and stuff.
Lancaster.
Yeah, Lancaster. I mean, a lot of these Western New York schools have been locked down the entire time.
Yeah.
Let me pull us all back together.
Yeah.
I have more than enough material from our cat section. Does anyone else have anything they want to contribute to the cat section?
So much sense, though. That explains like so many movies and TV shows. Good. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
I got my stuff. I have a magic thing, a veil thing, and a mixed thing. So
Perfect. Okay, let's get into safety. I don't even need to preface this. We all know safety. For people who are listening, I am first going to talk about one of the safety tools, which we absolutely will use, which is lines and veils. I have gone ahead and preloaded the lines and veils for the things that I have issue with. So my lines are violence to children, and I don't mean teenagers. I mean little kids. Like I'm not going to have elementals eating kindergartners. If they eat kids, they will be high school kids. No straight out violence to animals. You're not going to, not watch, something, chomping on a dog or something. No children trafficking, no sexual assault, rape, those kinds of things. Just things I don't need in the course of the game. Does anyone else have any other lines that they would like to add to that?
Those are usually the ones that most of us agree on.
And again, when we're playing, if there turns out to be something that comes up, we will, we'll put it into a line or veil appropriately. Yep. For veils, sex, we don't need any graphic descriptions of sex if you're hooking up.
It happens.
Or as the kids say nowadays, because I'm learning from having a teen, if you're going to smash, we fade off camera.
If you're gonna Netflix stream and chill.
If you're Netflix and chill, if you're smash, like that kind of thing, then, we're just going to pan, like camera pans away kind of thing.
What we call FTB, fade to black.
Fade to black.
Yep.
Torture and interrogation. We will fade to black on that. There'll probably be like a roll. If you're interrogating somebody, you make a roll and I'll tell you some stuff. Anything else anybody wants to veil that they don't particularly want to see come up? Like they don't need it graphically done in the game?
I keep thinking about the whole bullying thing.
Let's talk about bullying.
Because that'll be a thing, I would imagine.
It is a thing in high school.
Yeah.
It's part of my character's background that he was bullied a lot when he was younger, and then he suddenly grew 7 inches and got magical powers.
I don't know that we need to veil bullying. We can do some of it as long as we just check in.
Sure.
Yes.
Let's put a content warning, right? So
is it weird that I want to play this game because we're all in high school and we're all kind of stuck together?
Mm-hmm.
We don't all have to be friends, at least to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
No, you all have to be in the same club.
Yeah.
And you all have to know each other.
Yes.
I don't need you all being the best of
friends. We
friends.
don't necessarily have to like each other to begin with.
No, but
correct.
I will tell you from a GM side, what I don't want is I don't want to have to go out of my way to get all of 3 of you to go do a thing. Like if there's a group thing in the story, like hunt magical monster.
Yeah, we'll go do it.
I don't want you guys, nor do I want to have to work to make you go do that.
There's a version of there's a version of a story where my character and Jerry's character don't get along.
Yeah,
sure. And for me, the easy part is the club solves that problem for me. And then if I need you to hunt a monster, your advisor tells you to go do it, and you have to go do it.
Yeah, and then over the course of play, mine and Jerry's character can come to some sort of understanding or at least agreement.
Sure.
Or maybe become friends.
So for bullying, we want to be careful with that.
I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah, I mean, bullying is a thing. It exists. High schoolers do it.
Before you
But
said
we
you
need
didn't
to
have
just
any
tread
siblings,
carefully with it.
one of my things I was wondering, what if I was dating your sister?
It's fine,
But
I
I'm
can
not
have
gonna,
a sister.
I'm going to do something different on that. I'm going to work on something else, though, because you had a thing. And I just was one of the things I was trying to come up with for character backgrounds, because that tends to cause friendships and conflicts to be interesting.
It's more because I'm the popular kid and you're a punk.
Yeah.
And
So-
you're a mean person.
So
I was a mean person.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I was a mean person. I don't want to be now.
that doesn't preclude what you did before.
That's true.
So let me circle back around to this bullying thing. First of all, let me just ask semi-personal question. Who was bullied in high school?
Me. Not in
Mercilessly.
high school.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
throughout school.
Yeah.
I was bullied early on in high school, not later in high school.
13 years of hell.
I do then want to tread carefully on the topic of bullying. Like, I don't know if we need any graphic displays of bullying in the game. It happens. Sometimes somebody might be a dick or something, and that might be the indication for you to do something in the game. Go ahead, Jer.
There has to be eventual repercussions. The one thing that makes Cobra Kai so traumatic for me to watch as much as I love it is that the bullies very rarely get their comeuppance. So I want there to be some repercussions for people being bullies. Like eventually either we or somebody else gets to deal with that and stop it. If it just constantly goes unchecked for the entire campaign, that's going to be an issue.
Let me ask a further question. Does anyone want to be bullied in this game? Or does anyone not want to be directly bullied?
My bully is one of my contacts, so I expect there to be some more attempted
you
bullying.
have made a contact as a bully.
Yes.
Okay.
My D8 is my ex-bully, and now we have a conflict. So he probably still tries to bully me because I'm still not that smart.
Okay. Again, I'm gauging this because it is a thing that people have trauma associated
Yeah.
with.
I am not actively seeking it, but if you choose to have an NPC bully me, that's fine.
I mean, I'm going to step in if anybody starts to try to bully anybody because that's who
Yeah.
the character I'm playing
Sure.
is.
So, Chris, you are anti-bully.
Yeah.
I'm very okay with that.
I assumed bullies were going to be one of the main antagonists. Bully/Mean Girl was going to be one of the main antagonists in the game.
It only is if you're comfortable with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to inflict bullies on people if people have issues with bullies. And again, and I'm happy we're having this as a safety
Yeah.
discussion. I know you were assuming it, but I would not assume that because that is a topic that can definitely trigger somebody at the table.
It's good to talk about then, yeah.
My character will also be anti-bully. He's very much against it, but I'm probably not going to be as forthcoming as his character in stepping up.
So Jerry has an ex-bully, so this shit's going to come up at some point in the game. Chris, if you saw a bully, you'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and everybody is basically anti-bully anyway.
Actually, bullying is one of the things that's going to make me come close to breaking the veil. I won't do it just to do it, but that would be a good, if you want to trigger me to break the veil, that would be a good place to
Really
start it.
try not to trigger anyone in this game.
No, you know what I mean by no, not
Yes.
not trigger as an emotional trigger. I mean, if you're trying to flip the switch on my character to cause if you want to give me a hitch that would cause me to push the veil,
Sure.
bullies would be one of the ways to do it.
Okay.
Wrong word. I see what you're saying. Yes.
All right.
Perfect.
So we will tread carefully through bullies and we will do some extra check-ins along the way to make sure people are okay. Is there any other teen content that anyone else is uncomfortable with? I've already taken sexual assault out, but like teen pregnancy, drinking, drugs, anyone else have any other? Okay.
I think those are all
That's
all
fine.
good hooks.
It's all stuff that could potentially happen.
Okay. Let me run through the safety tools I would like to use, and then you guys tell me if you want to make any changes to them. We've already talked about lines and veils. That's my boundary tool. I would like to use the X card for consent revoking. Like simply like if you want it out, we will have an X card, you take it out. But I also would like to use script change.
I love script change.
I know you do.
It's my favorite one.
I would like to put script change in for content editing. So if you want something out, like if we push too hard on the bully thing and you just want it out, you can be like, cool, exit out and we'll fix it. But if it's like, oh, you went a little too hard, can you back it up? You could use script change to be like, oh, back that up. Can you just not come at me quite as hard with that? Okay, sure. Like,
All for it.
Yeah.
We good with script change?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Big
You know,
swords
script
and
change
some
has
fire
the
and
X,
stuff.
the X card on it, right?
Well, then it combines. Then we
Yeah.
have the,
Yeah.
What I specifically wanted, just to be clear, is I wanted consent revoking and I wanted content editing. So I want both of those tools because I want you to be able to take content out of the game, but I also want you to be able to just edit and fix things that you don't like. And open door if we need it for de-escalation. So if at some point during play a topic gets too heavy or something and somebody wants to take a break, get up and walk away from the mic, walk out of the room, that's our open door policy.
Sounds good.
You never know when something's going to come up that's going to
And I know you guys are familiar with these tools because we've used them in other games before, which is not why I'm not going on a deep dive on these,
Yes.
but there are plenty of places on the internet where you can find more information about each of these. The next one I want to do real quick is additions. Is there any components, any activities you want to add to our overall game structure?
I mean, I'm a fan of Stars and Wishes because I like Stars and Wishes.
I thought you would be.
It's a great way to update essentially a lot of this Session 0 stuff.
Would you like Stars and Wishes end of story or end of session?
I'm always a fan of end of session, especially since we're only going to play this game like once a month.
Yeah.
End of session it is. Okay, Stars and Wishes, end of session. Any other bigger components?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I can't.
And again, we can always amend this. This is just our initial. Okay, Stars and Wishes, great. Couple of setting questions, and then we're going to get into character introduction and background. This is in the greater Buffalo area, which includes downtown Buffalo as well as all the suburbs. Where is your school located? And let me caveat that. Do we want to just make up a school, or do we want to pick a real school?
We should probably make up a school. I would strongly suggest make up a school.
Sure.
Make up a fake neighborhood, something. My suggestion would be make up something that's like at the edge of the city near one of the suburbs so we can have a quick mixture of people from both the city and one of the suburbs. Thoughts?
Why would we make up a neighborhood?
Well, I don't think we need to make up the neighborhood.
No,
I do like make up
no. I just mean like I don't know if there's a place where a school might already cover, but we make up our own school for that area.
I like fake school. Fake school gives me a lot of latitude on things I have to do. But where would you like to put your fake school?
I don't know why you don't just pick a high school and just change the name.
Oh, we can also do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also fake school.
Yeah, that's also fine.
We can pick a real high school.
Like go pick Cheektowaga and then just change the name of the high school to be whatever the heck you want it to be, and the whole school itself, just put it where the Cheektowaga High School would be, or whatever. Like, I think it should probably be in a suburb because there's not enough room in the city to have some wacky stuff happen.
Yeah.
It's true. You guys have a preference for suburbs?
The reason is because if you put it in the middle of downtown Buffalo, like Hutch Tech is, where are the elementals coming from?
Yeah. No, that's why I said like a border area. That's why Cheektowaga or Kenmore or one of those would be.
If you wanted to go out to Star Point or whatever in that way too, like that's way out in the suburbs though. And that takes away from like the possibility of using downtown Buffalo in some ways.
What are
the lake?
What are our big suburb areas? You've got Cheektowaga, West Seneca, Amherst, Williamsville,
Hamburg.
I mean, each one of those will have a slightly different flavor, right? Like Hamburg will give us a slightly more rural suburb flavor versus something like Cheektowaga, which is suburban, railroad tracks and a little.
How much forest water do you want near the high school? That's the question. Like how much elemental out in the weeds do you want?
You've got Reister, Weimer, whatever woods right at the edge of Cheektowaga right there. You got Como Park that's just over the border.
That's really what we're looking at.
Yeah, there's multiple parks in range of Cheektowaga.
Yeah.
There are parks hidden in Cheektowaga. There are parks tucked away in places that every time I look at Google Maps, I'm like, I had no idea there was a freaking park right there. So
You want to use the one on Union Road?
I'm actually more okay with it being Cheektowaga or somewhere like that that's closer to downtown Buffalo.
Yeah.
So this is the way that I think about the setting, right? We have the Olmsted Parks. That was probably something that was important to the elementals to create that. They got wrecked at some point by the 198 and things like that. Now we're talking about Buffalo history here, right?
Yeah.
We used to have a parkway system that was beautiful in this place, and then they built an expressway that destroyed a good chunk of it. That was a bad idea. And then they built the Skyway, which is like a giant, like also expressway that cut off the lake, which also harmed probably in the setting the elemental situation that exists in Western New York. Now, this has probably been recovered in some way, shape, or form over the course of time by the elementals that live around here and the Vale people. I don't know how they let it get that bad to begin with. I mean, Phil will probably tell me that later.
From a water standpoint, you got the Skajakwada and the Cuga where downtown Lancaster, they completely restructured the entire downtown with those giant causeways and everything that have the floodplains. And this entire Skajakwada Creek is a giant. They went through and redid the whole thing as a floodplain. That's why North Creek Park exists. That's why there's those big waterways on the other side of the mall, the overflow plains over there. There's a lot of texturing in Cheektowaga.
So how does that do with what the elemental stuff, though?
Yes, earth and water and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to pull you guys back together a little. We'll get into the nerdier parts of Cheektowaga as people on this listening to this podcast are going to learn more about Buffalo suburbs than they've ever known in their lives. But I'm okay with that. I will find a school location in Cheektowaga. I'm going to reskin the school, name it, new mascot, that kind of thing.
Assuming we want that, like, what do we want the high school to function as? How much of Buffalo do we want to be a part of this game?
I'm actually okay with fake school because I would like to just take any liberties I want.
But where put the school is the point. Like,
oh, well, I just assumed you guys were just sitting here talking about Cheektowaga for like 3 minutes.
I know, but that's what I mean. Like, do you want downtown Buffalo to be a part of the game or not? Do you want like the silos and all that stuff down there to be a part of the game? The waterway.
Well,
I would.
I'm going to get to a second. My next question for you guys in my session 0 is name some locations you would like to see come up in this game. Here's my thing. Even if you're centered in Cheektowaga for high school, you're not bound to only be in Cheektowaga. Like your Vale club will go all over the place.
Yeah, then that's fine.
Plus, honestly, it's so easy to get downtown.
Yeah.
It is. This is a 20-minute town. This ain't like Chicago or LA.
Right. So around the table, just give me a couple locations that you might like to see. Like some of these I will have to research, but give me some locations you would like to see in the game.
Both in Lancaster, Cheektowaga, and parts of Buffalo, the tunnels where the existing waterways go underground for half a mile to 3 miles. There's a lot of places where the rivers and streams go underground for a while.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to just note
I was not aware of that.
I was less aware of that.
Learn something new every day.
Not surprised that Jerry knows this.
We walked one for a while when I was a kid. There's a bunch of cemeteries for no reason in the middle of suburbia. Big cemeteries. Like Buffalo's got a ridiculous number of giant cemeteries.
Just sitting in the middle of the city.
Oh, do we want to do Forest Lawn?
I mean, that's
that whole area.
Yes, you can put that in there, but like the thing that I would pick is I like the waterfront and the silos that are down there and that whole area.
Yep.
Waterfront's fine.
Especially on that side. Not on the side that's developed, but the side that's not developed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or it's underdeveloped, I should say.
For supernatural stuff, I always like to point to Niagara Falls. In other games, there's always interesting, cool lore surrounding things like Goat Island and stuff like that.
Why was the turtle decommissioned?
The train station.
Yes. Oh, God.
Central
yes.
Terminal?
Central Terminal.
The Central Terminal.
Yeah.
The Central Terminal looks like a wizard's tower.
Mhm.
Yes.
Any other
I got
ones?
one more.
Yeah.
The Tiff Nature Preserve.
I may need to be hopping in my car for some of this.
It's a nice drive over to Tiff. It's not
Like
bad.
I've never been to Central Terminal.
Really, it's beautiful.
I know
inside.
you've been to
a couple times. I've been there. Yeah.
Cool. And that's fine. I will look some stuff up. I'm going to read some stuff, that kind of thing. And I may just suggest we hop in a car and go like see a thing.
Sure.
I'm good with those. Those are a good start. Timing and COVID is now a thing I ask in my session 0. We're going to play modern day and we're just not going to play up any COVID stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
COVID happened, but like we're basically all okay now. But if somebody's wearing a mask, it's not weird.
No.
That concludes my settings section. Next would be character creation, but in this case, it's going to be introduce your characters. I'd like to know a little bit about your character for the sake of play. I would like you not to go through every detail of your character, but I'd like you to give me your highlights. I would like specifically to know your name. I'd like to know your highest stats, your magic, what your magic focus is, things like that. And then a lot of the rest of it will come out during play. Who would like to introduce their character first?
My name is Silas Flameworth. I am the son of Victor Flameworth. My father is a very important member of the Vale. He is essentially the second in command of the group that goes and deals with problems that arise. I was born talentless. I have not manifested my talent in a timely manner at all. And then my girlfriend showed up to my house one night, and she is a modern elemental, the daughter of a woman named Erlis Virvatan, who is a fairly important ice elemental. As she was dying, she gave me her soul, and now I have ice magic, or water magic at least. My highest roll is Geek at D10. None of my affiliations are any higher. They're all even across the board, because, that's just me. I grew up in this world, and I've been trying to find the balance between everything. I'm a geek, and I'm popular.
I think it's a lot easier in today's world than it was when I was a teenager.
Correct. So as far as my other relationships, there is Derek McIntyre, who's my highest relationship. He's my best buddy, and he's a normal.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the other important one is Lisa Harris, who is my former friend, but now we're like rivals in school because we're both really smart.
Oh, okay. She's your academic rival?
She's my academic rival.
Is she magical?
No.
Okay.
Because I have enough magical stuff.
Sure. Yes, you've got a whole family.
Victor and Erlis are both magical relationships. The other two are non-magical relationships. Because I tried to go for the evenness. But there you go. That's me.
Excellent.
Although my sword is cool. Because my sword is my girlfriend's sword.
Yes.
Because it's her soul. It's an ice rapier. It's got a hilt that is a white rose with vines that are the guard.
Love it.
And the blade is formed of ice crystals. Since my martial magical effect is control, I can disperse those crystals to like float around and whatnot.
Nice. I like it. Who is next?
So I am playing Henrik Gunderson. For the longest time, friends and not friends have been calling him Gunny they used it as a slur when they first started calling it when he was younger. And he didn't really care, didn't think it was that bad because his last name's Gunderson. So he just kind of let it sit. And so now people, especially his friends, tend to call him Gunny. I am a modern air elemental, and I don't know it yet, which is going to be fun.
So we'll have to talk about that.
There are things that probably would
I got an idea.
Clue-like.
Sure. I mean, I'm having some ideas too, but I'm also thinking that maybe there was something placed on you.
Yeah.
So that you didn't even know.
His dad did it to him.
Yeah.
That is actually a very, very good way to do it.
Because you should have a look, right? Like you were a modern air elemental, but if you didn't think you were, then that is likely because somebody placed an illusion upon you or something.
And when his magic manifested, it broke the spell.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've recently discovered you don't look like you. Okay.
That's not messing with your head at all.
It's not dramatic.
It's enough,
But
right?
it's-
Like your hair now waves, like because it's
I got a Fabio thing going on with the hair.
A little body dysphoria right there.
a little bit. Like, okay, interesting. Okay.
So yeah,
Recent.
a magical talent is air, of course. My top two, I'm a geek and then an emo. I mixed up my affiliations. I've got a school is my highest with mage next and veil last because
Sure. I love it.
like at the moment I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
One of my primary distinctions that is going to be driving me is I can't disappoint my mom because it's just the two of us.
Okay.
And she expects me to, excel at school and go on and get college and all that other stuff.
Your mom is affected by the shroud. She can't see you as an elemental, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So she still thinks you
Yeah,
are.
she doesn't know.
Okay.
She doesn't know what's going on. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, man, because your dad never told her.
That's deep.
Yeah.
She knew nothing.
Your dad was ego.
Yeah. And my weapon is a one-handed Viking bearded axe called the Breath of Winter.
Which you somehow discovered.
Which it's we're gonna discover that in play in session 1.
Because these weapons, they can be forged or they can be manifested, right?
I mean, for you, no. When you get your fire talent, you will manifest a fire weapon.
Yes.
But yours was gifted to you. For you, it popped out of your subconscious. You just don't know why it popped out of your subconscious.
Yeah.
I feel like when she gave me her soul, then I just pulled it out of my chest.
Wow.
Like Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's where it came from. That doesn't go back there.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's terrible, right? Like,
Oh, and then I'll wrap up with one of my two lowest relationships is actually with my mom because things are kind of strained with the pressure of being a single mom, working and trying to raise me and stuff, and me being a teen.
well, she thinks you're having teen problems.
Yeah,
She doesn't
that's-
realize you're having magical teen
Yes.
problems.
Yes.
And then I grabbed one of his mundane contacts, Lisa Harris. They're academic rivals, and she and I are good friends.
I like that.
It's real weird for me when I see him as an air elemental. I had no idea.
Like one day this kid shows up as an air elemental. How the hell is that even possible? Of which your dad's like, say what?
That's assuming I told my dad.
Correct. But your dad.
Oh, believe me,
your dad,
it's gonna
your
ripple
dad
through the
knows.
magical community
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Probably.
when one of the magical teachers suddenly looks and there's an unaccounted for magical student walking down the hallway, like that's an issue.
Well, there's also the thing where he starts seeing everybody who's also magical.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When did your powers manifest in relation to where we are in session 1?
we
the
talked
thing-
about doing it in session.
Oh,
like
okay,
having
like,
it happen.
That's the first
Okay.
story.
Okay.
Yes,
like-
we're doing something, and a bunch of students are together, and something magical happens, and I just reflexively, in defense,
Well, thank you, because now I know the name of the first session. So a little side for people who don't play at my table. I always try to come up with catchy little names for my adventures. I don't always share them with you guys, but clearly based on this, when it's time for change is going to be the,
Oh my God.
is going to be the name of this adventure.
That's pretty good.
Do you know
That's
the reference?
to get my
No.
Bobby Brady.
I
on.
do. Yes.
That's a Brady Bunch reference when
Oh.
Peter's voice begins to
The crack.
change. Yes.
Yes.
Anything else for your character, Bob?
That's enough for now. We'll let the rest
Excellent.
of it come out.
Jerry.
I am Santiago Zircon. People call him T. I am also an elemental. I am a Gorgon. When people can see me, I've got like the purple skin with the green kind of scaly plates. My hair is always moving because it's snakes. When I'm in my mortal form, my hair never like stays put. Like if I comb it back and put
But you're
product on it-
shrouded. You're shrouded form.
Yeah, my shrouded form, my hair never stays where it is. So I always look like I've got a little bit wild hair.
When people see you, you look like you got Einstein hair.
Yeah. I also can't grow any hair. So I don't ever have a mustache, a beard, my eyebrows, I just have like eye ridges, so they look a little bit odd. In my shrouded form, I have eyebrows, but they're not very pronounced.
Quick question about your cool hair in your elemental form.
Yeah.
Does it get agitated?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if you get agitated, they get agitated?
As just a gimmick to play with, if you wish. They don't necessarily have a complete will of their own, like my bizarre emotional states. They'll often act in ways that I'm not perfectly excited about.
They might hiss at something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I love it. Love it. Love it. Snake hair.
And my family are high-ranking members of the Vale as well. I'm Earth aspected. Last name's Zircone.
So you two definitely know each other, you and Chris.
Oh, yeah, we
yes.
do.
Yes. Yep.
I'm the disappointment, or at least I was.
Oh, in certain respects, you still are.
No, I'm still.
Where's your fireman? What is this ice bullshit?
I know. There's that too.
Yes, there's going to be a moment of he has what? Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
You're an embarrassment to the name Flameworth.
Yep.
Yeah, I think when we start, I have had my magic for like 2 or 3 weeks.
During
Weeks.
session.
2 weeks.
Cool.
$2.
Jerry, are you more normal? Like, did yours manifest like right on time?
Mine did manifest
Okay.
right on time. I'm actually third of 4 kids. Yes.
You're going to be one of the more established members.
Yes.
Like, Chris will have only joined a few weeks ago. Before the end of the session, you will have found Gunny.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Until I got my magical growth, both my magic and my growth spurt, because my jock is my high die, geek is my low die. I've struggled with school my entire life, but I wasn't big. I suddenly got a growth spurt, and my growth spurt corresponded with my magical abilities. So, I gained 6-8 inches and a lot of muscle mass, but also became magical. That kind of pushed me into a different realm. When that happened, I kind of got a little bit full of myself and alienated a lot of my other friends. I'm still friends with one of them, Sergey, but even he, I kind of treated like, well, I couldn't tell him, well, I'm magical and you're not. So for him, it was all of a sudden, I just suddenly felt more powerful or more self-confident, more egotistical. Like I said, did that kind of thing like you sometimes see when somebody who was one of the outsiders suddenly gets into a sport and then just ignores everybody they knew before.
Sure.
That was what I did. Now I feel bad about it. So that's part of my internal conflict is wanting to feel important in the Vale, but also trying to reconnect with the people that aren't in the Vale. Also picked on a lot because I was smaller and wasn't able to get by being super popular or super smart. So I was just kind of one of the ones lost. So I got picked on a lot by bullies, and now I'm not.
So with Jock being high,
Yeah.
you're naturally good at sports.
Yes.
Did you or do you play a sport?
No.
Okay. So in gym class, you're good though.
Yes.
In high school, coaches were like, you should sign up for basketball. You should sign up for this. Like, you're so good at
Yes.
this.
Yep.
But you're just like, no, thanks.
No, it was more like, no.
Okay.
He's the punk and he's a rebel without a cause, and he's slowly trying to find one.
Okay.
That is the next part of his thing. Growing up his entire life, he was indoctrinated into the Vale and didn't want to be part of it. He was kind of hoping his magical powers wouldn't manifest themselves, and then they did.
You two are great. I'm just pointing at Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, who was desperate to get powers that didn't have them, and Jerry, who's like, man, I hope I
don't get him. I hope
I could just, if I just went through life with snake hair or whatever, it'd be perfectly fine.
We are the
Like,
3
shit.
most anime characters ever.
And now the situation that he has as a conflict is that his personality is, I still want to rebel against this. I don't want to be part of the Vale. I don't want to be part of it. But secretly inside, he's like seeing all these people, and it's some leadership qualities are coming out. He actually really wants to be part of the Vale and be good at it and kind of help others in it. But on the outside, he's still like, well, I've spent my entire life like hating these people. And now he's part of it and he likes it.
You got to fight the power.
But I am the power. He loves his mom. He loves his dad. But his relationship is only a D6 because he spent a lot of his childhood kind of like, I don't want to do that. And his brother and sister, his two older siblings, are already like in their Vale training and all that sort of thing. So he still loves his family and has a strong connection to them, but it's not his strongest.
Sure.
That's where he is. And lastly, his sword. He has a sword called the Polychrome Shard. It is a pretty big honking broadsword made of overlapping chunks of gemstone about the size of a hand. So when it forms, it just kind of like grows out in kind of clicking, clacking. It's got kind of an uneven edge and it's multicolored. It's very flashy and flamboyant, which just shows off even more of him being part of the Vale. That's his thing.
Awesome. With our characters introduced, our Slack Room for Life has asked a few questions about your characters, some of which I think we know the answers to, some we will fill in. So I will start with the first one, which was from Senda, which is, are you all in the same clique? And yes or no, where does your clique hang out?
Aren't you smart, Gunny?
I am.
I'm probably in the same clique as him then. Sort of, kind of. Not I don't know, not him. Not Zircon, not T, I should say.
Yeah. T.
Where does your clique hang out? Where are you nerds hanging out? Are you in the library, computer lab?
Academic decathlon, baby.
Are you guys in another club besides the club?
Of course.
Sure.
Okay.
That's how we both know Lisa.
Yep.
She's also part of that.
With Lisa. Plus, you guys are probably all in the same track of classes, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think Lisa probably runs she's like the captain.
She's the MJ.
She's the MJ.
So not T. You're like a punk, right? Are you like in the smoking area? Do they even have smoking areas? That is a
No.
30-year-old thing.
No,
They
yeah.
don't.
They don't.
Yeah, no.
Sorry,
They don't.
bud.
In my school, outside the cafeteria, there was a set of tables and chairs with an awning that was called the smoking area where you could go and smoke if you desired
Wow.
to.
They actually remodeled a bathroom on the second floor at Depew High School when I was a junior, and that was the smoking bathroom.
These guys are old.
Oh no, like
That's
getting,
like the song.
I'm a
Smoking
year
in the
older
boys'
than you, and if you got caught with cigarettes at school, it was automatic
Nah,
detention.
you couldn't smoke
That's
anywhere
because
else.
Lancaster was a bunch of stuck up.
Yeah, you
Yes,
could.
they were.
You couldn't smoke
100%.
anywhere else on campus, but you could smoke in the smoking area.
You know, we call Lancaster the land of evil when we were in college and in high
So
school.
there's a reason. T,
Yeah.
where do you hang out at school?
I don't know where the cool kids hung out at school.
Are you popular?
He's a little popular.
All right.
He's got a D6, so I don't know.
He's not that popular.
Yeah, I don't know
You're
where
the
the
rebel kind of guy.
Chris is more popular than you.
I
are.
didn't say where the popular kids hung out. I said where the cool kids hung out. There's
Oh.
a difference.
Oh, sure.
The popular kids weren't cool.
Maybe
Is it
the,
Is it like on the bleachers? Is it? like,
or like in the parking lot.
In shop class, they don't have shop class anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
I
I
did in middle school,
Yeah, I'm
and we had a pretty
No,
big
I
shop.
meant, I meant like
Let me roll my
automotive
brain back
shop.
to
Oh,
high
yes.
school and see where the kids could hide out and where the kids could hang out in school.
All right, so you're like somewhere on the school grounds. We'll define it later.
Yeah, when I was in school, you didn't have time to hang out. You had like 3 minutes between classes. You didn't hang out anywhere.
We had free periods, and
Yeah.
you're gonna have free periods.
We hang out in the back of the library.
The back of the library. Okay.
Yeah, you could hide behind the stacks and hang out and like get in
All right.
mischief. That makes sense.
Here's a set of questions coming from Todd Crapper. Which PC is on the honor roll? I think that's actually two of you, right?
Yeah.
So Gunny and Silas. Which PC is failing more than one class?
That's definitely T.
T. Is it TI?
TI. Yeah.
Does any of you have an after-school job?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. I think so.
I don't. I'm a privileged white kid.
I haven't defined it yet, but I feel like my dad and mom had like a small business or something of some kind. I have to help my mom run the place.
Do they own the corner store?
Corner store is always a
I'm going to just say store for now. I'm going to let you work
Yeah.
on that. T, do you know what you do?
Yeah, I'm a delivery driver for my cousin's restaurant.
why are you hanging out here at a gas and sip on a Saturday night with not a girl in sight?
All right.
Conscious choice.
My parents
man.
have money.
Yes, your parents have.
Yes.
money.
Oh, mine do. I'm doing this deliberately despite them.
I know you are.
Next question is from Andy Fox. What's hidden in your locker?
My
Oh,
grandfather's
okay, this is
signet
a-
ring,
This is a dumb question. Why would you hide anything in your locker where they can just go in and get it anytime they want?
because people hide stuff in their lockers all the time in high school because they don't think about it because they're not that
Because
smart.
they're teenagers.
Because they're teenagers.
My locker got torn open so many times. I finally hid everything in my mother's
Man,
classroom.
Lancaster is a fucking nightmare.
It is land of evil.
Wow. This is explaining. I'm learning a lot right now.
I was gonna say a knife, but he has a sword, so he doesn't.
Not
You know-
signature.
You know
signet.
what? No, he's got a knife in his locker
Okay.
because sometimes you have to stab somebody without magic.
Do you?
Yes.
That's like a felony. People go to jail for
That's
that.
true.
I don't know if that's
Okay,
that
maybe
kind of
something else.
exceeds the tone of the game.
That kind of.
I'm an X.
You
I'm
say
an X knight.
Okay,
don't do
that's fine.
Gonzo. That's kind of Gonzo.
That was Lancaster. Like the number of people got slashed up when I was in school.
These days, that's like
Yeah, that's
like
probably-
lock it down.
that's
Like red
I'm
alert
going.
stuff.
I'm going back 80. I'm going back 30,
Yeah,
40
no,
years.
let's not do
different.
that.
That's X card. That. Let's think of something else. What would you hide in your locker?
I'm going to jump over to Bob. What do
yeah.
you think? Do you have something of your dad's?
It's not really hidden per se,
Sure.
but I keep a picture of the three of us from when I was a kid. Me, my mom, and my dad in a park one day having a picnic, just like, happy time with my parents.
A book I stole from the Vale, from whatever the Vale meeting hall was.
Okay.
I
we're
I
talking-
realized.
That's legit.
I realized I wasn't.
That's
I,
a good punk move.
I didn't have the knowledge, so I stole something that I could study, but I can't tell anybody I've got it. So it's hidden wherever you hide things in
Sure,
in
and
locker.
thanks to the Shroud, if anyone opens your locker to look for it that's mundane, it's just a book.
I have earth magic. It's hidden behind a loose. It's easy to find if you're looking for something, but it's hidden behind a loose tile in my locker.
Yeah, my grandfather also was important. So when he died, I took the signet ring, even though it was given to my father.
Gotcha. This is going to be a fucking can of worms. Next one's from Todd Crapper. What traditions do your parents try to force on your character? Now, I will open this up to this is both mundane for Gunny, and it can be mundane or magical for you guys.
Yeah. Everybody in my family's been part of the Veil since like they've established the stupid new status quo. Flameworth's been around since, 1000 AD.
Oh, they go back to the Age of Elementals?
Yes. My family's been part of the House of Arnie or Ari, whatever the flame one is. I'm expected to be also part of the Veil serving.
Oh, it's the Elemental Empire. That's what it's
the
called.
Elemental Empire. I'm expected to serve. It's been pushed on me this entire time, and boy, let me tell you, when I didn't have fire magic at a late stage in my high school life, it was a problem.
I'm also going to say, if I can add to that, you have been forced to memorize notable members of your family since like 1000 AD.
Yeah.
There is always a discussion of like, back in the 1930s when those prosperity mages, got out of hand, the Flameworths were there to put them down.
Why do you think I'm such a geek?
So knows lineage of family. Cool. All right, that's Silas. Gunny or T?
I think it's obvious what my family's been trying to push me into the family business, like hard. You said what kind of pressures are we getting for our family?
Yeah, what traditions do your parents
traditions force on us? Go to Gunny.
Gunny?
The big drive from mom is you're not working at this store for the rest of your life. Get good grades, go to college, get a real job.
Let me ask you a question. Can your mom run the store realistically without you helping? She's saying you have to go, but is that also it's going to be much worse for her if you do? Like, is that the contrast, the pull?
Yes. The counterpoint she always tries to make is that once I get a job, then she doesn't have to work the store to maintain for both of us. Until I can get a job and make money, she's got to support me, which means we got to keep the store going. But she could, if I graduate from school and get a good job, she can sell the store or just close it down.
So you're going to college is the...
That's what she wants.
Okay. Which was like my parents.
She's driving it.
I'm actually first to go to college in my family, and my parents were pretty clear to me that there weren't really other options available. You could be anything you want once you go to college was the way it was. It was explained to me as a kid.
I'm going to toss this out there and you guys can X card it. But my family pushed me really hard to try to surround myself with as many magics as possible and tried to discourage a lot of friendships and stuff among. Not that they.
Oh, I'm okay with that. Like your parents were like, look, you are part, like you are magical. You need to be in this magical community. Like, no, we're not going to the baseball game, like your friend's baseball game. We're going to so-and-so's like ritual.
They don't dislike mundane people. They just don't see them as being as important as magical people, which is prejudicial. But
sure.
Yeah.
It's okay. Your parents are prejudiced. It's fine.
That's exactly it.
It's not okay, but it is what it is.
Yes.
You've been to dozens of rituals, but like not too many friends' birthday parties or sleepovers. Like, why would you go to a sleepover when so-and-so's having a midnight ritual?
If you were going to go to a sleepover, it was definitely with a friend who was magical.
Of course,
and
right?
important in
Yes.
nature.
So that we could all go to the, and that definitely will make you want to rebel. The next two questions are from me because they're more genre specific. Do you have friends or enemies outside the Veil? And I mean specifically, do you know renegades?
I do not. They wouldn't even want to talk to me because of who I am. My last name is a problem.
Yes. Your dad has hunted down, chased, harassed. Yes.
Not only my dad, but like my grandfather, my great grandfather and great grandmother and my aunts and my uncles and some of my cousins.
Literally eons.
I literally have no idea.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, I got some stuff. I got ideas about that.
No.
The rebel doesn't have friends outside of...
That's what I'm getting at. He's met some people that he thinks may be renegades.
Are you trying to meet renegades?
Yes. And when he finally meets them, he's probably going to be appalled. That's just it. This is going to be part of his conflict, is that they sound really cool.
Yeah, they're rebelling against the man.
And then they're like, so now we got to go blow this thing up. And you're like, say what?
We're going to go kill some people.
That's exactly it.
You know what? That Flameworth family needs to be taught a lesson.
It's like when Elle finds her.
Not inaccurate.
It's like that weird offset of what is it, season 2 Stranger Things, where 11 finds her other family, and then they're like terrorists.
Yeah.
Like,
that's going to kind of be it. Yes.
All right. So won't work out.
That'll be an awakening.
That's okay.
That's why I picked that. But I think it'll be fun to play.
No, I think that's great. I'm going to give you a renegade you have to serve 5 years of training in the Veil. It's kind of compulsory. Like once you have magical powers, kind of like getting a driver's license, a little bit like conscripted military service, you must spend 5 years. So part of your high school years, part of your post high school years, training with the Veil to make sure that you are, quote, safe to be placed into society. So my question to you is, what are your aspirations after you have served your term in the Veil? Your character's aspirations.
Look, this is just initial. This is what he,
where you are when the story
I'll be
opens.
very clear. This is what he wants. This is not what he actually needs.
Correct.
What he wants is to serve.
Okay.
To be a part of the Veil. Service flamers have served for centuries.
So when you get powers, you are excited.
I am very excited.
Finally!
Your dad is somewhat horrified. And there's some strain between the elemental house of water and your house right now.
Well, they don't know that I have what I have.
Okay. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that can be discovered later.
Yes. You have ice water power.
They do, and they're confused as to why.
Correct.
But I think it's not.
Oh, but you didn't tell anyone where that came
No, I didn't
from.
tell anybody where that came from.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Now, will anybody else
I'm
recognize
a
the sword?
teenager. Why would I tell anybody?
Oh, yes. The sword will be recognized because his girlfriend was also from a prominent family.
Sure.
That sword, and especially the description of it, that sword will...
Look, man, the thing that happened, that's never happened. Like, it's not supposed to be a thing that happens.
Correct.
I don't even understand why it's happening.
Correct. I like it.
Why is this happening to me?
So, Gunny, for you, this is going to be after you find out. This aspiration thing is after somebody tells you all of this.
Yeah, I literally have no freaking clue. I am lost.
Like it? T.
Initially, is just completely frustrated by the whole thing. I don't want to be here. I don't understand what I'm doing here. This is silly. I didn't want these powers. I've got them now. And now that I've got them, I'm stuck in this class with a bunch of geeks and everything else like that. But deep down inside, he's excited and he's struggling with the idea that this is really a place. He's finally got some place he's starting to belong.
I love the idea that you are a magical being who was like, when you woke up one day with magical powers, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
With his snake hair. Couldn't I have just been normal like other Gorgon kids? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Just be normal like the rest of the group.
It's interesting because we never really established that it's possible for people who are elementals or even humans that were magic to begin with to not develop powers.
Yeah.
But now it's a thing.
It's a thing, and I like it. You can be elemental and just be elemental, and especially the modern elemental, because it's so washed out from just years and years of crossbreeding with humans. You have cousins. You have a troll cousin who's a full-on troll, and he has a job.
I'm assuming that my mom,
Like an accountant.
Construction worker.
Nah, he's an accountant, right? Like, he's just this, like, he's this big dude. He looks like he's a gym guy, but he's just, here's your taxes.
I'm assuming that one of my parents was just magical human and the other one was elemental.
Oh, okay. Like your mother's a Medusa?
Yeah, my mother's a Medusa. My dad's like a part of the elemental family. Yeah.
How he's not turned to stone. Good thing he's in
Her
love.
glasses.
Their glasses.
Yeah. Nowadays, like that story's all blown out of proportion.
Okay, that's
it's not
fine.
like it turns
We're establishing that right now then.
Yeah,
no, but I mean, that's like how his mom tells the story. Like, oh, you think like, oh, you've heard that mythological story. It doesn't work like that.
Those are
you have to want to turn them to stone.
typical magical stereotypes, man.
Exactly, right?
It's like
Just-
I said, I'm surprised he hasn't been turned to stone yet.
right. Oh, I have no power. Like I have no control of my powers.
No,
I can control my powers.
I have to control my powers. You've never wanted to turn your husband to stone.
I haven't said I haven't. Just,
Wanted to.
it's a choice.
Never acted on it.
Okay, perfect.
There are advantages to that from time to time. So.
All right, let me state I have no more pieces left in my session 0. I will ask you guys, is there anything else that you want to share with this session 0 before we wrap it up and I get ready to start working on the first adventure?
No, get to work, monkey. Just kidding.
I have a
Screen monkey, get to work.
I have a D10 relationship still open that I'm leaving until we start to see what else is going on in the world, which means if you guys have any suggestions, I would take that. I'm excited to see where this goes.
As we kind of wrap this up and get ready to conclude our episode, this part's always excited for me because we had a setting and I liked the setting. And now that we've had a talk about what we're doing, and even more now that I've learned your characters and I'm starting to see things about your characters, now my gears start turning. Like I now have enough in the hopper to get going. And I gotta tell you a funny story before we bolt out of here. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, gotta write session 1. I'm like, need to think about what goes into session 1. And then I'm like, wait a second, seems vaguely familiar. So I go and check the archives We've done a show on
We did
session
a
one.
show
Oh,
on
yeah, we
session
have.
one.
So I went and opened up the notes and I start reading it. I'm like, oh, this is good actually. Like, this is like, oh, this is good advice. I should do this.
Just do the things from session one.
Yes. like, oh yeah, like, I'll do these things.
I'm pretty sure that was my topic.
It's great. Like I looked through it and it's like establish the core loop of the game. I'm like, oh, good idea. I should like definitely work that in. Get to know the characters. I'm like, okay, great. Good advice, past Mr. Erected Mark crew. Thank you. Yeah, see, I'm going to eat my own dog food on this one.
I'd also like to state once again for the record that the Lancaster I talk about is the Lancaster from 40 years ago.
Sure.
And not the Lancaster today.
Still the land of evil. Let's move on. Let's get to the end of the episode.
Anyway.
Let's do some Patreon shout-outs. Right?
Absolutely.
Like,
Yep.
okay, cool. We're
Shall
going to do the Royal Court today, right, Bob?
Hey, Royal Court, look at that. Our newest member of the Royal Court, Ty Prunty,
Oh, hey. welcome.
Lord Tiemonger.
Oh, that's a great name.
And we have Lars Henrik Evjan, who is the Lord out of time.
Once again, our returning chromatic chameleon, the Queen Spy Mistress.
Yes.
Hey, welcome back.
We have Jim Likes Games, the Royal Merchant Emeritus. We have Schmitty, the Keeper of the Labyrinth. Andrew Dacey, the Warden of Whiskies. Andy Olson, the Duke of Dice. Evil John Carney, the Court Necromancer. Craig, the Lord of One Name. Tiberius Starcrash Smith, the Baron of Britannia. GM Gerrymander.
Hey.
Co-host and Lord of the After Show. And Kevin Lovecraft, the Royal Beard.
I love when people that are on the shows patron the shows. I'm always like, why are you doing that? Sure, whatever.
Because I haven't canceled yet.
It's fair.
It's all right. We give you the money back.
Yeah. I'll probably cancel the end of this month.
It's called money laundering. Your money still goes back. It just goes right back to you.
Shh, we don't talk about money laundering. The first rule of money laundering is you don't talk about money
I don't think you can really money launder that much money.
But hey,
on Patreon.
Thanks to everyone for listening tonight.
Yes.
Indeed. If you like more content like this, that's interesting. It's not exactly like this. If you like our other GMing advice and game design content, check it out on the website at misdirectedmark.com. And if you want even more of it, go hit up our Patreon page, patreon.com/MMP. Has hundreds of bonus episodes available.
Hey, before Phil talked about money laundering, you mentioned some other shows that include things like Pandas Talking Games, the Gnome Cast, Bonus Experience, and Deco with Advantage. And if that ain't enough content for you, I suggest check out some other sibling podcasts like Tabletop Bellhop, The Knights of the Night, and Mastering Dungeons.
I like that you went with the Jersey mob instead of some other form of mob.
I'm half Sicilian. That's the mob I got.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's easy to do it. You start slipping into like Bratva or something. You got to do the Russian accent.
And then it's a bad Russian accent.
Yeah,
like,
it's
okay.
Nobody likes that one.
I mean, I don't think your Italian accent was fantastic, but you're also half Italian, so it's your accent to make fun of.
Yeah.
Before you finish your session 0 and kick off to session 1, leave us some feedback. You can reach us directly using the weird old archaic email system, mmp@misdirectedmark.com. Hit us up on Twitter. The show in the network is at misdirectedmark. He's Robert M. Everson. He's GM Gerrymander.
Yo.
He's the Light 101.
That's me.
I'm
Yeah.
DNA Phil.
You can also check us out on Instagram.
Yes, we have an
On
Instagram
Insta.
now.
And if you patron us, you can go to the Slack, which is the best way to talk to us.
Yes, the best.
It's like a direct line.
So you remember way back before we started talking about money laundering, we were talking about a Patreon.
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Tons of bonus episodes. If you want to support us and other shows from Misdirected Mark Productions, you can do that at patreon.com/MMP. Your patronage will get you access to the After Show podcast, our show notes, the Bamboo Lounge podcast, the MM Plays Game stuff for things like tonight, Phil's nifty setting. This is old.
That's old.
Children of the Shroud.
Yeah.
And even potentially Chris's game development notes on the Lamplighter system, which she's working on.
Well, this has been a Misdirected Mark production, which is the media arm of Encoded Designs, which I will say now, mic drop.
We out.